Hey, this is Jared Rosenberg. Who am I with right now? Why, it's another member of the Nintendo World Report staff,
Matt Zawadiak.
Matt. So, yesterday, Matt and I played a little bit of Doom Eternal. It's coming to Switch. We played the PC version. I played with controller. Matt played with keyboard, so we can both give you a little bit of impressions that way. But first, Matt, let, what did you think of the game?
I thought it was great. It was awesome. I've played a bit of the first one. I've never finished it, but the first one did a really good job of making a shooter game that kind of forced you to get more up close and aggressive in a fight, which is something that I loved about it a lot because a lot of shooter games the best strategy is as soon as you take a hit, just take cover and just wait for your health to regen. Whereas Doom, because of the glory kill mechanic they had, it encourages you to get up close and personal with enemies. And again, I haven't finished the original, so I don't know how much of this was in the original versus new for Eternal. But Doom Eternal has a circular system of all these different mechanics to keep you engaging enemies in unique ways instead of falling back on the same strategies. Like the glory kills are still there. When enemies got low health, you go up and do a melee to restore your own health. If you're running out of ammo, then the best way to kill the enemy is with your chainsaw, which is basically an instant kill that takes a ton of fuel that recharges over time. If you want armor, then you can use a flamethrower to set them on fire first, and then every time you hit them, then they drop armor. And there was one other, I can't remember it off the top of my head, which was there was a fourth thing going on, but I've forgotten it. But it's just there's all these different systems that feed into each other. If you're low on one thing, then you do another thing to stock up on health, ammo, armor, all that stuff, and it's a way to keep you from falling back on the same strategies, and it just makes everything so much more exciting.
Was it? I know, other than regular ammo, you're always looking for like the chainsaw, like gas tanks. But I guess that's sort of different too.
Yeah, I wasn't paying too much attention to the chainsaw. I think it reloaded a little over time on its own. I know the flamethrower did, but the chainsaw, yeah, there was gas tanks around that were a way to just instantly refill. You could also find health and ammunition pickups lying around, so that if you were in a really bad spot and you just needed to run away and get like that one little bit of health so that you can survive long enough to get in a hit, then you could do that. But the main way to succeed in staying alive and staying powerful was to just feed into all these different systems that keep you doing different things against different enemies.
So, in Doom Eternal, one of the coolest things I noticed, which I pretty sure was not on the first game, was there's quite a bit of mechanics that are sort of like the Hookshot in Zelda. So there were two things. If you've seen the trailer, what they showed during the Bethesda conference, you can there are walls which you can climb, and there's a button to do that. And once you like jump to that wall, like you can double jump, and then you also have like a boost move that you can do in the air, and then like you'll be grabbing onto the wall, and then like once you're on the wall, you can like flip all around, look around, just like if you're using the hook shot in Zelda, and then jump to the next wall that's nearby. It reminded me so much of the hook shot,
Yeah.
that part, and then you also get a special shotgun, which also has like a built-in hook shot. I'm just gonna call everything the hook shot. But like when you're in range of an enemy, it'll put a little marker on them, and then you can basically zip line over to the enemy using the shotgun, and then shoot them in the face. So it was very cool.
And it's not just a direct hook shot straight to them either. It was physics based where, so if there was an enemy, if you were standing like right here and there was an enemy a bit off to your right but still mostly in front of you, then you would hook shot it while you were moving, and it would like sort of slingshot you around it a little bit, like kind of think like the physics of like Spider-Man web swinging. You don't go directly to it, but you use it as an anchor point to go around, and you can go straight to it if you want. But if you're in motion, then you can take advantage of that to get into a new position. The mobility, there are a lot of mobility options. Like the dash you were talking about, it's not just to dash forward, you can also dash backwards. So there was one enemy type that you would hit the ground and there'd be a big shockwave. Whenever I saw him gearing up, I found the best thing to do was to just dash backwards to quick quickly get out of his range instead of risk mistiming my jump. And like it makes Doom Eternal to be a so much more exciting and kinetic is kind of a weird word to use, I guess, but it's the one that comes to mind because there's so much more moving around in Eternal. So it's action packed to the highest degree, and that is something that I'm really excited about because it sets it apart from so much shooters that feel like you're just kind of moving along a guided path and just waiting for your opportunity to do things in. And Doom Eternal, you can't wait for anything, and the game's not going to wait for you. You need to be active, and that is the original was like that, but Doom Eternal is even more like that. It takes the foundation of the first one and builds upon it even more to just have so many different things that not only different things you can do, but different things you'll need to do, so that you're never just doing the same thing over and over.
So we already know that Panic Button, the guys who ported Doom 2016 to Switch, are working on Doom Eternal. On PC, it looked beautiful. There are some very huge outdoor areas. It's going to be impressive, or it'll be interesting to see what they do, how they bring it over. But if anyone can do it, I believe in Panic Button. So, I believe they can do it. Any final words, Matt?
Nothing in particular. We only got a very short demo, and mine actually ended with a game crash. But it was a closed off demo, so it's to be expected. Game's still in development. I don't expect that to be a huge problem when the game finally releases. But it was once I got the hang of all the different mechanics going on and started to actually know what I was doing. It was a blast, and it felt a lot longer than it was in a good way. Like I walked away from the demo and they were like, "Oh, your time's almost up," and I was like, I did all that in just 20 minutes? Like, wow." So I'm really looking forward to it.
Same here. Thanks for watching. We're going to have so much more E3 coverage. Please watch and like and subscribe, and go get ice cream if you want ice cream. Bye.